Okay, so I've taken the DIC off. You can see the oil inside there, like where the spark plugs are. So we've definitely got a gasket problem with the cam head, inside and outside. You can see the oil on the outside of the engine, oil in there as well, so both those gaskets got to be replaced. Okay, let's get this cam cover off. Right, I've given it a bit of a clean up in there. So we've had a bit of a disaster. This little guy, the little white guy there, is just the end snapped off in the hose. So we might need to replace that. Need to remove this vacuum hose here from the back of the cam cover. And then just undo the bolts. Should be fairly straightforward to do that. They don't appear to have been tightened very much in the first place. Could explain a leak. But we need to replace those gaskets anyway, because they'll be the originals, I guess. And the car has 130,000 miles on it. Okay. Here it is, folks. Cam cover removed. I've cleaned sealing surface where the gasket sits. Now when I took the cam cover off, this area was covered in oil, which it really shouldn't be, because it shouldn't be able to get past that gasket. And the other thing, the securing bolts, some of them are only finger tight, and I do recall reading somewhere that sometimes you can just retighten those to stop oil leaks from the cam cover. The gasket looks pretty flat to me, so it could probably do with a replacement anyway, so this is a good call. And the other great thing, no slack in that chain. It's a timing chain. This engine, I think, has been very well maintained and very well looked after. I don't know if that timing chain has been replaced at some point, but plenty of tension in that. Very pleased with that. And no oil sludge either. It's all good fresh, clean oil in there. It's in great condition. Excellent, so I'm going to get this gasket put into this cam cover then. Let's go and have a look at that. Here we go. Here's the cam cover itself, flipped over obviously. You can see there's a bit of cleaning up to be done. You can see how flat that gasket is though, still in there at the minute, so obviously there's no sealing happening with that. See there's a lot of oil around the edge of the cam cover as well. A bit of gunge, just need to clean that up. Get it looking sparkly. And then we'll see about replacing that gasket. Excellent, okay. Right, so I've got that old gasket out, fitted the new one in there. Obviously when you put the cam cover back onto the car, you have to flip the head upside down. This gasket isn't a tight fit, so you need to fit it in this amount. Now I've seen a couple of methods that guys on YouTube have used. One of them is to tie dental floss to hold the thing in place, and obviously then once the cam cover's in place you just pull the strips of dental floss out. And the other method is to just put a blob of grease. I've got some grease here, sticky grease, just to stop the gasket from falling out when you flip the cam cover over. Nice and clean in this cam cover, so I've cleaned all the edges up There's a couple of gunky edges, you can see where oil's been leaking out on a couple of the edges. I've cleaned it all up now. So there we go, let's fit the aerator gasket, and then let's see if we can't get the thing to stay in place while we flip the cam cover over. Okay, next step. Okay folks, there's the cam cover back in place. Giving it a good clean up. Oil those bolts, T40 Torx head bolts. I haven't tightened them back up again yet. There is a specific tightening sequence for them. They're just finger tight at the moment. So we're good. Excellent, good job done. Alright, let's get to tightening those bolts in the correct sequence.